Welcome to MasterMathNow.com, where we provide tutoring for math in all areas. And welcome to MasterMathNow.com. In today's lesson, we're going to be looking at Algebra 2. The specific concept we're focusing on is taking the quadratic parent function and transforming it into a new function. So in order to do that, we're going to be working with the following function. f of x equals 2 parentheses x minus 1 to the second power. Please recall that the parent function is y equals x squared. So what changed? What does the parent function not have that the new function does? Well, it has a 2 and a minus 1. So what exactly do those mean? How do those affect the parent function? Everything inside the parentheses affects the x-axis. Everything outside the parentheses affects the y-axis. So if we look at the x minus 1 first, the x-axis is left or right. Now, it tries to trick you. You would think, oh, x minus 1, hey, that's going to the left 1, where in fact, it's actually going right 1. The 2 is outside the parentheses, and if you'll recall, everything outside the parentheses affects the y-axis. So, because it says 2 times the parentheses and it's in front, it's actually going to stretch the parent function. So we're going to have a stretch with a factor of 2. So, for the parent function, we like to use nice numbers that if we were to plug it into the parent function, it would come out very easily. So, what number could I square and get a whole number? What are easy numbers? Well, 0 is an easy number, because when I plug that in, 0 squared is 0. 1 is an easy number. When I plug that in, 1 squared is just 1. And likewise, 2 is an easy number, because when I plug that in, 2 squared is 4. However, you also want a little bit of both sides. So, I'm going to do negative 1, which is 1, and negative 2, which is 4. We're going to utilize these parent function graph in order to come up with the new functions graph. So, in order to do that, we're going to use the stretch by 2, which, if you'll recall, affects my y-axis. And since it looks like multiply, it's also going to be multiply for the rule. My right 1 is going to affect the x-axis, and so I'm going to put x plus 1. If I were to write a rule, my rule would be x, comma y, is transformed by using x plus 1, comma 2 times y. That's my rule. So if I take all of the original numbers from my table and I plug it into my x plus 1 and 2 times y, I'll get my new table. For example, my x was a negative 2. If I plug in negative 2 times plus 1, I get negative 1. Likewise, if I take the negative 1 and plug it in, negative 1 plus 1 is 0. I'm going to continue to do that all the way down. So 0 plus 1 is 1. 1 plus 1 is 2. Hopefully you start to see a pattern. In this case, it's increasing by 1 because I went right 1. On my y side, I have 4, 1, 0, 4, 1, and 4. I'm going to take those and I'm going to plug it into 2 times y. So 2 times 4 is 8. 1 times 2 is 2, 0 times 2 is 0, 1 times 2 is 2, and 4 times 2 is 8. And there you have it. You've got your rule, and you've got the new table that you could use and plug in to be able to graph this quadratic function. Thank you, and please visit us at mastermathnow.com.